Hello. So I started a YouTube channel, and I thought, it's going to be a place for just kind of my thoughts on life, I guess. And the first one I thought I would do is about that time of the month, the ladies' time of the month. One of the, it's a beautiful thing, really, if you think about it, right? Because for those of you who have children, that's why you have children. And it's just a good thing. It's a good thing to know your body is functioning and doing what it's supposed to be doing and all that stuff. So I I'm gonna be talking about diva cups. There we go. So I when we first started getting healthy, like one of the very first things we did before we changed our food or anything was changing our household products, the things around our house that like cleaning products, toilet paper, those kind of things. That's kind of what started it. We got recycled, toilet paper, recycled garbage bags, that kind of thing. And now we don't even use garbage bags or toilet paper. Just kidding. We used it. But we do let it mellow if it's yellow. About 4 yellows. Then we gotta flush it, otherwise it starts smelling like porta potty. Anyway, off topic. So when I started thinking about what I was putting in my body, so like I was getting good body washes, good shampoos, that kind of stuff. So then I thought, okay, well, I'm a tampon user, so I was actually inserting something into my body that was full of chemicals. So uncool in my book, So I started to a couple years ago get these organic cotton ones from Basics, and they are amazing. Basics is the whole co-op in the town I live in. So I was getting it there, and they worked so well, and they were wonderful, and they were way more comfortable. And it was actually a really good transition for me because these didn't have applicators, and so I had to insert them myself. So my fingers got bloody, but it wasn't like I started to get over it because I was like it's my blood, it's my body, like it's not weird, it's not a weird thing that is on me because it is me. So, and I had a period in my life when I didn't get my period, so I was very grateful for a regular cycle, so it just didn't bother me as much. Anyway, so I started to think, the box of these organic tampons are like like $6 a box. And so I was buying between 1 and 2 boxes a week. Or a month, sorry. It's a lot of periods. And, and a lot of times my husband had to go get them for me. Such a good husband. I grew up with a dad who would always go get me tampons, and then I married a guy who just would never hesitate. He never complained once. Wonderful man. Even got picked on at the line, didn't care. And but anyway, so I thought, and it bothers me to have to throw all that away all the time. Plus, even though they were great tampons, better tampons, they still, you're changing them all the time, and just, cramps are bad. And, the first couple of days for me are always typically pretty heavy, and I get cramps. So, but I never take any ibuprofen or anything. That I just want. What I've kind of learned about the body is that your period is your body's way of preparing yourself for giving birth someday. So I'd like to have one of those births where I don't have to take any meds and I don't have to have any interventions. I can just have my baby. So I'm letting myself feel all these things so that I learn how to cope with it, and I learn my comfort mechanisms and my ways to make myself feel better without taking drugs or anything. So anyway, so there was a woman on YouTube named Freely Freebor who did a video on diva cups, and I had been looking into them before that, and I listened to what she had to say about them, and I thought, it sounds so perfect. So I found out that the same store I was getting the organic tampons from, organic cotton tampons from, had these. And they have them in 2 sizes, size 1 and 2. One is for under 30 and no children, or no children. And then size 2 is above 30 and or with have had children. So that's really nice. Comes with a little pin in there, which I haven't taken out yet. I should. It's fun. Anyway, it comes with a nice little baggie to put the actual cup in. I think the cost of this was about $40, and so if I only bought 1 box a month, this would pay for itself in like less than 7 months. So, considering I usually bought 2 boxes a month, like 3.5 months. I've used it 3 months already. So this is the cup, and what you do is you take it and you fold it down, and fold it up, and then you insert it. Now it looks like, probably it looks a lot crazier than probably what you're used to if you're not comfortable with your body yet. Once you put it up there, it unfolds, and then you grab it and you turn it to make sure that it all opens up all the way. Okay, so what do I think of the Diva cup? And this bottom part hangs down, and it's really easy to grab, and you just pull it out and then empty the cup. And then if I'm at school or something like that, I just take some toilet paper and kind of wipe it off and wipe it out, and then reinsert it. But if I'm at home, I take it out, rinse it out, and wash it with a little soap, a little gentle soap, and that's it. And then when I'm all done with my period, I boil it for 5 minutes. Although I accidentally boiled it for almost an hour last time, so that is, I'm gonna wash out again. But I boil it so it's sterile every time I use it, so it's sterile right now. So that's good. Anyway, so what do I think of it? Back to that. It is the best feminine hygiene product I have ever purchased for myself. Ever. I will always use these. I've had no leaking. It leaked once because I had it positioned wrong. So that was my fault. So I had to reposition it. Fine. Even on my heaviest days, I have to take it out twice. That's it. And dump it. That's it. And all you have to do, really, you don't even have to do that. Sometimes you just, as a woman, you feel it, and you need it, it makes you feel better anyway to do it, but you really only have to take these out every 12 hours. They're big enough to hold as much as you can throw at it, essentially. But yeah, another crazy thing that I've noticed about using this, I've actually heard this from other women that have noticed have used this. You get less cramps, which is really weird, right? But I honestly do. I have less cramps. I feel better. I feel so normal. Like I can exercise. I feel like I can do everything. TMI here probably. Well, this is all probably a little TMI if you're not into this, so don't watch it. I guess if you're not into this or learning about this or hearing about this. But I like to go commando, I like to go commando. I don't like to wear underwear. I really don't. I don't know why. Just something. It's stupid. I don't like to wear it. Excuse me, but I always have my thongs, because if I want to wear something, I'm going to wear thongs. And I always have my thongs for when I have my period, so that, I don't leak through and destroy all my clothes. But I don't even have to wear those. I can go commando during my period, and with full confidence. It is amazing. So, yeah, I will never, ever use anything else. I love it. Love it so much. Yeah, I highly recommend it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. I'll try to get to them. And then, but yeah, just remember that, it does gross. Even my mom, who's in her late 50s, mid to late 50s, sorry, Mom. I talked about, it with her, and it was just, ew, gross, you have to touch your own blood, and people get grossed out about it, and that's totally, I can totally understand that, but the truth is, it's you, and you're beautiful, and you're wonderful, and even what you are getting rid of every month is just a part of you, and you worked hard to build all those cells, and you're working hard to take care of yourself, and you know what, it's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, over it. I hope that you enjoyed this. And again, any questions, leave them there. And